I'm still soaking it all in. I think actually it had hit me, the realization of it, once I'm actually receiving the award or the honor, and actually my high school coach is going to introduce me and my family will be here. Then it actually hit me. Right now it's kind of like, everybody dressed up and smell like some good food. But I know I'm going to have that moment where I recap everything in an instance. And it's super humbling. I've always believed it. Now, did I have any type of evidence to believe that? No, at a lot of points, but I was always confident in myself, even probably when I shouldn't have been. But actually seeing it manifest and when it could really become true, that didn't happen until my high school year, my junior year, which I talk intensively about in my book, The If in Life, and I've spoken about a lot throughout the course of my life. That was a big turning point. That and a relationship with my father has kind of aided and kind of changed the trajectory of how I viewed the opportunity to play football, to grow as a person, to grow as a teenager, then to an adult. Man, he thought it was pretty funny. Especially the first time I told him when I was 13. It's a childhood dream. Every little kid has something that they really want to do growing up. Mine was sports. And telling my dad I want to play running back in the NFL, he looks at you, kind of laugh or say, oh, okay, yeah, sure. But that reply that he gave me kind of encouraged me to prove him wrong along the way. I was always one of those kids. You tell me what I can't do, I might just do it, just literally to make you upset. I'm 19 years old, I'm at Pittsburgh University. I was a starting freshman, one of 5, I believe, at that time, behind Tony Dorsett and a couple other Hall of Famer names at Pittsburgh University. I ended up earning that, coming from a 5th string running back in high school to starting at Pittsburgh University 2 years later. I got a call from my mom, and she said, Rashad, your father has diabetes. I'm like, sure, yeah, Mom. And she said, well, he had to get one of his legs amputated. I'm on the other line of the phone, and my heart dropped. And I'm, at that time, 19 years old, 6 hours away from home. Family's all I know and have. And I wanted to transfer to be closer to home. And I actually decided to come to Liberty because there was a coaching job open. I remember the same year that I was looking to come home. Liberty was my first choice because it's 10 minutes from my house. I wanted to be as close as home as I possibly could. But Karcher was the coach here at the time. When I was in high school, Karcher was one of the coaches that said I wasn't good enough to play college football. So I didn't even have Liberty on the radar as a school I would come to. So I went to UVA, I went to Virginia Tech. While I was at UVA, I overheard that Coach Rocco may take the job here, which he was at UVA. And so it kind of like all worked itself out that Liberty was going to be my home. And I remember coming here and Dr. Falwell opened his office. He brought me in, he set me down. He looked at me square in my eyes. He was like, son, I remember you at LCA. He has that deep voice, that presence about him. It just makes you just want to listen. Also, it makes you want to feel, when he talks to you, you feel like you almost did something wrong. Like just when you're listening to him.
Did he punch you in the shoulder too?
Yeah, he punched me in the shoulder and took me a ride in his SUV around campus. But he said, Rashad, you're going to be the start of the reason why we turn into a major D1 school and beat Notre Dame one day. And I never forget that. And it's truly, for myself, to be a part of this legacy means so much to me, because I even take it back to my high school years. When I transferred to Lynchburg Christian Academy, which is now Liberty Christian Academy, before I transferred there, the team was 1 in 10. I transferred there. 2 years later, we won the conference. We were fighting for a championship. We went to the championship and lost to Staff. Then after I left, they just never stopped winning. They just won. When I transferred to the college, Liberty University, before I transferred here, they were 1 in 10. Came here after, with Coach Rocco, 3 years later. In those 3 years, we won 2 conference championships. And when I left, I saw that the university continue to win. And so from, being part of the legacy of the high school, then the college, and watching the paper trail of being a part of the history of work ethic. And that's the only thing I have with me. I don't have talent, I have work ethic. And I feel that I got a chance to leave a piece of me in the high school that still exists. And I got a chance to leave a piece of me here at the university that still exists. I sincerely mean that. We're always looking for somebody to aid our feelings, aid our emotions. And you stop sometimes to realize that you got to give the things you want. And for me, I do lead with that. I'm a person that blames myself for everything. I'm gonna look in the mirror. If the successes goes to the team and the people I work with, and the failures, it's my fault. And that's helped me, not look to blame anybody, but always give reason for success to everyone else. And it keeps me in a humble position where I don't waver. I don't get too high on emotions of excitement. I don't get too low of failures. I stay even keel with a smile on my face no matter what's going on. And I'm trying to make people the best version of themselves along the way. Yeah, heck yeah. Even sometimes, even now that I'm retired, I still think about man, did that really happen? When I get a chance to tell stories, every once in a while, it will hit me clear as day that I'm not telling a story. I'm telling what actually happened. And that'll always bring me back to humility. It doesn't happen every single time, but there are times when, you could be talking to a crowd. It could be in an interview where I literally would stop and start crying, or something to strike me in a certain kind of way, because it's really happened. And my rookie year in the NFL, boy, I'm in a huddle and we break a play. We're playing against the Baltimore Ravens, and I look across and it's Ray Lewis, right? So come on, I play running back. I love the game. He's a historical player and athlete. What he's done to the NFL is remarkable. So I'm playing against Ray Lewis. I look across and it's Ray Lewis, and he's mouthing off at me, right? But to me, I'm like, that's so cool. He's trying to kill me right now. This is great. So we get the ball, and I get a chance to hit him, and I bucked him. And it's on tape. I ran him over good. He lost that battle. But in that moment, I helped him up, and I'm like, dude, man, I'm playing against the guy that I was playing against Madden, or with Madden, or I had your jersey. This is crazy. So I've had these all moments. Or playing against my favorite football team. My favorite football team was the Arizona Cardinals growing up. So the first time I played against them at home in Jacksonville, it was weird because when they scored, I really wasn't upset. It's like, wait a second, hold on, this ain't right.
You're the one guy on the sideline over there
man.
with a silent fist pump. Yeah.
Yes. All right, my special team up. I'm still a fan of the game. I never will allow myself to become too of an adult where I don't appreciate the childhood of experience and meeting people, or wearing a bucket that has the New York Giants logo on the side of the helmet. This is some cool stuff going on. And I never lost that. I never will too. It's easier for me to get in touch with the 13-year-old Rashad than the 33. I mean, I'm close with so many guys. I really am. Prince Amukamara, he's probably one of my closest friends. I still keep in touch with him all the time. Orleans Darkwood, every running back I ever played with, I got group chats with every running back, and we talk trash around the clock. Like, it will never stop. I'm that guy. And, but, you know, Eli, funny enough, I lockered right beside him, right? So it was myself here, Eli, Ryan Nassib, and then Odell. So like, and then beside me, John Beeson on the left. So got some guys around me that we used to laugh, right? So in the locker room, everybody's locker is a house, so to speak. Call it a house, right? So by contracts, I live in a wealthy neighborhood, right, in comparison. So I'm like, I'm the little trailer house over here. I snuck in a suburb somehow. But anyway, Eli, so I locker beside him. And unfortunately, I got to know him a little bit too good. You know, sometimes you get to know some people too well when you locker beside them. But he's one of the funniest guys. He's one of the most genuine dudes I've ever met. What you see is what you get. And he's one of the hardest working guys I've ever met. First in, literally, and the last out, literally every day. That's not lip service. And learned a lot from him, how to carry yourself as a professional athlete. His passion for the game doesn't come out of his mouth. It doesn't come out in his mannerisms. It comes out in how he prepares. It's unreal. It's remarkable. Yeah, when Coach Rocco came in, my vision for it is kind of what we're seeing now. You know, I mean, he came in, and I keep in touch with Coach Rocco all the time. That's my guy. He ran an NFL system here in college. He prepared me for the NFL so much. When I was under Coach Coughlin, Coach Rocco was too. And I see so many mannerisms similar. I see how, you know, he yells sometimes, and why he yells is similar. The schedule is similar. So he prepares guys for the NFL. And the preparation and groundwork that he laid here before he left was an attitude to be very successful. And I think, you know, obviously I'm biased, you know, to Coach Rocco, always will be, rightfully so, but he's done some things for guys, athletes and players that everybody who's been around him has nothing to say but excellent things. Whether you was a starter or whether you was a walk-on that never touched the field, you loved Coach Rocco. For me, with Coach Rocco, under his leadership, it was a couple games that stood out. One, both actually against Coastal Carolina. It was a home game here.
2007.
Yes, and it was, what was it? It was third quarter, fourth quarter. He came to me on the sideline, jerked my face, man, Rashad, we gotta win this one. And I was like, yeah, what else am I out here for? Like, in my mind. But I told him, yeah, let's go. So I run into the huddle. I'm like, why would he tell me? Like, I know this. We ran the ball 9 times in a row. We got the ball on I think it was our 10-yard line. And we ran the ball 9 times in a row. Like, so about the 6th run play, I'm tired now. I get up. I look to the sideline. I told you we gotta win. Like, I got you, Coach. But I never forget, he was like, listen, we are gonna ride you out. We got to win this one. In our offensive line, it was the bread butter of our team. And so that was just one thing as a coach to player that always stood out to me. He came up to me, and I'm thinking he's trying to get everybody amped up, but he was literally saying, hey, get ready. you getting the ball every play. It didn't matter what it was. It was fourth down. They had like 10 people in the box one play. No audible. Run it.
Don't care.
So, and then another time when we went to Coastal Carolina, and it was a game that was going back and forth, we score, they score, we score, they score, we score, they score. We got the ball, we're up. It's like 2 minutes and something left. It's 3rd and 3, right? If we get the first down, in my mind, the game's over. I get the first down, 3rd and 3, break through, make somebody miss, and I'm running, I'm about to score a 50-yard touchdown, right? And I just remember every time they got the ball, they scored. So it was gonna come down to who had the ball last. I slid at the 1-yard line, got up, I was so crunk. So you gotta imagine, I'm facing the end zone. I slide, I stand up, I turn around and see my whole entire sideline. Like, Coach Rocco went like, "What are you doing?" Losing his mind. My teammates was like, "What are you doing?" I looked at everybody, I said, "Look at the scoreboard." Coach Rocco went just like this. He went, looked at the scoreboard, looked back at me, and we took a knee the rest of the way out.
Son.
Yeah, and so I never forget him coming up to me after that game. And it was just, again, it's the player-coach relationship of we always wanted to win, and we had each other's back. Yeah, so for myself, it's a lot I want to do. I'm getting into TV, acting, hosting, commentating, continue to write books. I'm truly in a very unique way. I'm an artist, if you will. I'm an autodidact. I love learning. I love being creative. I love taking on challenges. In 2019, one of the things I'm looking into doing is taking possibly an internship every single month underneath a new genre. To continue expanding learning, but we're gonna see. That's why I moved out to LA, to see kind of and find my space inside the entertainment world, and also when it comes to counseling, whether I'm doing it direct or indirectly. But one thing I want to do in the latter years of my life is be a marriage counselor. I truly, to the bottom of my heart, I'm philanthropically driven by nature, but I think if you really want to heal communities, you heal marriages. Broken marriages equal broken communities, and healthy marriages typically equal healthy communities. And so, because I'm a very hopeful romantic, I love love, I love listening to people, I love talking with people, and that's always, relationships are a big passion of mine. So marriage counseling is something. And another way, as an athlete, you build so many characteristics of work ethic, discipline, teamwork, and so many characteristics that help you be successful. That's still in me. And so now I get to shift all of those characteristics and be successful at other areas and other fields. But I always say, I say this very proudly, there's one quote. I don't live by it at all, but it is a quote that's written in such a way that I believe if somebody was watching my life, it would influence them to write these words. And it's the master in art of living shows little distinction between his work and his play, his labor and his leisure, his love and his religion. He simply pursues everything he does with excellence, leaving others to decide, is he working or is he playing? But to him, he's always doing both. And so no matter what it is I do, I'm gonna carry that attitude.